throws it on me like I was planning to hold in bags. And it throws it back at her. Throws her bag back at me. Her bag hits me in my face.
He needs some milk.
Yo guys, it's your girl Bree and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new here, hi. So I know I said I would have post 2 vids last week, but I was busy with work and some family stuff. So now I decided I'm gonna do this video early in the week. But hi, so I was on a group call the other night with some friends of mine and we were talking about fights, and they were like, yeah, Rashina, you remember we almost getting that fight in full form? And I was like, yeah boy. And it came to the conclusion that everybody in the call that this should be my storytime vid, and I was like, really? Really? All these stories? And I was like, I bet I'm gonna do it. So this is my first storytime video. I almost got into a fight. Every time I look back at this day, it was serious in my head, but when I look at it overall, it was kind of hilarious how it went down. But this was in almost gonna say end of the term when I was in full farm, and I remember I had a boyfriend back at the time.
You what?
Yes, I had a boyfriend. Okay, I know. Yes, I had one. Okay, we gonna not question that. But the point is, I had a boyfriend at the time, and everything was good, and you know, life was great. And I remember this one evening, bus came late. Now, for those of you that don't know, I went to school at Grantley. And anybody at Grantley would know how the buses is run for the evening. So if it's the first bus or something, everybody gonna want to pack up at that one bus because everybody want to get town, everybody want to get home and stuff like that there. So what me and my friends used to do is we used to go up to the top of the hill at the primary school that had up there. People that went Grantley will know which school they're talking about. And when the bus come down, all the people that up there waiting for the bus, they would get in first and they would get seats first, and then the bus would come down to our school and then everybody would pack up and stuff. So it was me, the boy I had at the time, my best friend, my other friends. We go on the hill, we get in the bus, we come down. Now it's my boyfriend, me, and some other fella. These is the old buses, so at the front row is 3 seats on one side and somewhat the same 3 on the other side. Well, with some buses. So me, it was my boyfriend, me, some other fella. On the other side, it was my best friend and my other couple friends, and my last group went down the back of the bus. I don't know what's their fascination with the back of the bus, but they went to the back of the bus, and the bus had finally got to my school, and the bus started filling up, and everybody looked being in a bus with bags on, because that's caused a lot of confusion and conflict in the bus. So you just ask if you see some of your friends in the bus, you just ask them to hold a bag or whoever. And this one girl, she was in third form. Note, I was in full form at the time. She was in third form. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so the bus was filling up and she came down and she placed her bag on the fella that was next to me. No, he already filled up with bags. He didn't want to hold no more bags. And he decides, you know what? Nah, he ain't gonna hold this bag, and he gives back the girl the bag. And the girl gives him the bag again, and it was this back and forth with who holds the bag. And I was like, bro, just hold the bag. Or I don't know why she wasn't taking the hint, but girl, if he keeps giving you back the bag, go down the back of the bus and find somebody else that will hold the bag. And she throws it on him one more time, and he throws it on me like I was planning to hold the bags, and it threw it back at her. No, this girl that lives in my next gap, she wanted to sit down. She was real small, so she sat down between me and my boyfriend at the front, and she was real confused as to what the hell going on with this bag situation. So when the girl throws her bag back at me, her bag hits me in my face. I don't know what the hell in this bag other than school bucks, but it hits me in my face. And I didn't have all my glasses at the time, so this is a no-no, because my right eye is the reason I end up with glasses in the first place, and it always keeps getting hit, and I was sick of people hitting this one eye. if you ask my friends, like I was, I don't know, I was acting a pro when it came to this eye. The amount of like things that used to hit me in this eye, but it hit me in my right eye, and I got so pissed off. I don't know what happened. I blanked out and I dropped the bag on the floor, and the ghost of Madea came over me, and I just blanked out, and I was like, I don't ask me why I was clapping my hands, like it just happened. I was like clapping my hands like, I'm not holding your bag, and I said, bitch, of course. And after I yelled that whole sentence, I'm holding her bag, bitch, and I started clapping my hands like in church, like whole bus went silent. And the girl looked at me, and the fella looked at me, and I could hear my best friend on the other side in front, because like the way the bus was packed up, like you can't really like see other people on the other side. So I could see her standing in the chair, trying to see me, trying to see what's going on too. And this girl that threw her bag on me got pissed off because I dropped her bag. I know me dropping the bag wasn't called for, but I just snapped. I blacked out. I don't know what happened at that point in time, but it just happened. And she got offended, and that is when it started. So we get on the bus. I used to she's talking to her friends. I don't know what's going on. At this point, it's just my arms full. I crawl. I just go silent. And I can see my boy. At the corner of my eye, I can see my boyfriend look at me like. I like, I don't know. Like, and then the girl took it upon herself to stand up when there was more room in the bus. After children went out further down, she waited till there was more room in the bus to start like kneeing my foot. Like, I just get angry real fast, but I had CXCs coming up. I can't be like letting go my anger on people. And she does this all the way, like the whole entire bus ride. She just does this. All she finds type of shit, like yeah, like she shouldn't do that, blah blah blah. And my boyfriend just looked at me like, you do nothing. And I was like, and she does this to the fact that it annoys me so much. And she did something else. I can't remember what it was she also did, but it irritated me so badly. And like, I'm gonna tell you, like, I was fuming. When you fuming? I was fuming. And I was like, you know what? I gonna beat her ass. I had enough. Whole bus ride, you doing shit, and it started to piss me to hell off. And then like, I already know that the fella I had at the time. I know he watching this video, so I know he can come for me like after this, but he's be down for anything. Like, he always ready to fight, and he was not finishing school, and I was like, nah, you got like one more. I think it was like around exam time, so I didn't really want you like get a fight and get out of school and kind of shit, because he always getting sent home for stuff. Yes, I had that kind of person. Okay, I did. Like, I don't know why, but I didn't want him like getting a fight on there, so, and it's like my fight too, so like I don't know. And he looking at me because like we're close to his bus stop, and he was looking at me the whole time like, if I ain't gonna do nothing, if I can just tap this here. And I was like, you know what, before I start doing any rational shit, I'm gonna just plan it in my head. Alright, so I had this whole shit planned out in my head. I was like, alright, I gotta think about some Mission Impossible-ish to do. So I was like, alright, wait for he to get off till he stop, which was close to the turning before Common School, the roundabout before Common School. And alright, so he gonna get off, and I gonna call my mom for the time ain't hit by the roundabout. And when we get past the District A police station, that was like right before the stoplights, before my stop, I gonna call my mom out there, and I gonna wait till we pass the station, cause I'm gonna fight. And then the bus decides, you know what, let me take a right here in the station. Like, no, I was gonna wait till we pass the station and we get to the stoplights before the stop to my stop, because after the stoplights is a stop, and then after that stop is my stop. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna fight them when I get to the stop before my stop, And by the time I get to my bus stop, my mom should already be out there, ready to be there for me. And I gonna fight them till I get to my bus stop. And before I jump out the bus, I'm gonna throw the last hit and jump out the bus behind my mom. But that had like a few little complications with that day, because one, I wasn't expecting my mom to be watching our neighbor's kids that time, so she had to bring them to the bus stop. And the one thing I was afraid of is calling my mom, because I ain't got a problem calling my mom, or I'm not a coward or nothing, but I was ashamed of the phone I had back then. I ain't full farm. If you all knew the type of phone I had, like, bruh, the type of phone I had in full farm, like, I was so ashamed of this phone, bruh. Like, I was like, no, I ain't full farm. Everybody else with the iPhones and the Samsungs and stuff. I had a button phone. A button phone.
Run that back, Turbo.
Yes, big full farm me had a button phone.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
And it wasn't no ordinary button phone. I had a BlackBerry. I had a BlackBerry button phone. It wasn't even like a BlackBerry touch. It was like, alright, insert BlackBerry here. If like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but it was like that small BlackBerry to like this size in my hand, and like it had like this, like the only touch part it had was like the little square in the middle where you had to like do so, and it only came with like 2 annoying games. I mean, like, and I was ashamed to call my mom on this phone. So in order for me, right, to use this phone, I had to turn it on before I got out of class after school. Hold it in my washcloth. I put my washcloth in my pocket. Now, me pulling out this phone in the bus, I would have been the laughing stock of Grantley. So what I did is that I took out the kerchief which my phone was in. I look at it and dialed my mother's number, and I put the phone to my ear while the washcloth was there. So while I was on the phone, it had looked like, you know, like sand around my face, and it just had a washcloth over my face. Like I was talking into a washcloth. Like people in the bus thought I was crazy talking into this washcloth. And on the bus, I like, for my friends that know, when I am vexed, like the first thing I do before I retaliate is cry. Yes, I cry before I retaliate. Tears coming on my eyes, and when we meet at the bus stop, and she was like, what? I was like, meet me at the bus stop. Okay, cool. She said she gonna meet me at the bus stop. No, I do nothing. When we got to my boyfriend's stop, he was vexed that I didn't do nothing, and he got off the bus. And while the bus was going, I saw him like he was ready to jump back on the bus in case I start doing anything. And when we got to the turning, yeah, I called my mom. And the only thing is that before we get to Commerce School, I was like, alright, cool. We soon there. When we pass the police station, throw some hands. Right? I was ready. And all this time, my best friend's still trying to figure out like what the hell going on. My girl's trying to figure out like what going on with Roshina. But the only thing I was not expecting is that they would have get off at Commerce. So yes, I got bullied in the bus by a third farmer. And me, my big fool for himself, did nothing about it. Didn't throw no hands because they got off earlier than expected. Now, if I knew they were gonna get off at Commerce, I don't care. I would have thrown hands and get off the bus. I would have thrown hands at Commerce and get off the bus and walk to my sister's house, because my sister's house was like the gap after you pass Commerce. Like I would have thrown hands and get off the bus and go to my sister's house and wait for my mom to call me. But yeah, and then when they got off, I got annoyed. And when we got to the bus stop, my mom was there with kids that she had to watch. And My mom was like, what happened? And I came on the bus fast, so I was crying and stuff. But remember the girl I said that lived in my next gap that was small enough to fit between me and my boyfriend? She opened her mouth. She told the whole story. She told my mom about how I was clapping my hands like I was in church, how I cussed the girl and called she a bitch. Like, she told my mother all of that day. And my mother was like, seriously? And I was like, yeah. And I told my mother how it went down. And my mom was like, alright, we're gonna go up to the school. I didn't go to school the next day because it was the Thursday. The Thursday I had an appointment. So we went to school the Friday. And I had to like stick up in the office the whole morning. And I had to stick up in the office the whole morning. And I had to go and point with these girls. But while we were in the office, they did something that I would never imagine. They blamed another girl for bullying me. They was like, nah, it wasn't them, it was another girl. And I was like, why this girl so familiar? And I remember this girl in my class, and I was like, no, she had nothing to do with this. She was all in the back of the bus. While she was in the back of the bus, the girls were in fear of me. And they were telling, and the funny part is that that girl that was in my class, oh, they're friends. How you gonna throw your friend under the bus for something that she didn't do? And they got the audacity to call me a liar? I ain't gonna tell you, like, you know, you see, if I did fight, I know for sure my best friend would have held me back, because my best friend is like my second mother. If I like get the urge to like fight somebody at school, she will pull me back and talk to me and be like, just remember, use this age and you in this form, and we got exams and we got picture and that. It's be like, yeah, alright, cool. Shout out to you, T. Like, I love you. Like, you're always there for me. Like, that's my best friend. Like, she always got my back. I so sorry, right, that she didn't see what went on, because I had to explain what for the went on. But she said all she heard from her side is me screaming and yelling at the girl. And she heard when I called my mother. But I'm gonna tell you, right? Let me tell one of this thing. You see, if I had more guts back then, like, I would have thrown hands, like, just say, like, I would have thrown hands with the girl. But, But anyway, that was all from me today. Like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and hit the notifications every time I repost on this channel. And I will see you all next time.